Good evening, Constantino.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am tired.
Tired?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because
y-
I guess it is because you're working at the end of the month.
yeah.
You're busy.
And yes, very busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we also have, let's see, Omar. Good evening, Omar.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you doing?
All is okay.
Good. And we also have Marlon Castillo. How are you, Marlon?
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? Good. Well, I think he's good. Then we have Roberto. Good evening, Roberto.
Good evening, teacher.
How
How
are
are you?
you? Good, good. Yourself?
Good.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna share the screen and we are going to start with the attendance. First person, Felix is not here. Joshua is not here. Eddie Campos is not here. Marlon,
Present, present.
okay. We have Adolfo. This is not here right now. Omar Crespin. Omar Crespin. Omar Crespin. Omar Crespin.
Present, teacher.
Okay, then we have David is not here. Francisco Gaitan is not here right now. Constantino,
Present.
Stanley is not here right now. Edwin Mendez is not here right now. Manuel Francisco is not here right now. Juan Ramirez,
Present, teacher.
Lisette Reyes, Lisette is not here. Francisco Spire is not here. Roberto Zuniga
Present, teacher.
and Francisco Gaitan that enter. See Francisco. So,
Present.
okay, so this is just the attendance for the beginning. If you remember your homework, yesterday was to describe your neighborhood. After we finished class, I suggested that you describe your neighborhood, trying to give more information. So I just want to hear some of you describing your neighborhoods. Let's start with Juan Ramirez.
Good evening. I live in Mexicano City. In my neighborhood, there is a supermarket, Super Selectos, and very near in my house. In my neighborhood, uh, there is a university, Universidad Nacional del Salvador. Eh, let's in
Agaste.
my neighborhood. Hello.
No, continue, continue.
Okay. My neighborhood is there are many restaurants. For example, Carnita Mama Chus is very popular in my neighborhood. There, my neighborhood, there is a child, iglesia,
Church.
church. Uh, that's it.
Okay, good. Now let's see. Marlon Castillo, describe your neighborhood.
Thank you. I'm going to describe my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, there are many trees because the environment is very cold. It's a fresh environment. Close to my neighborhood, there is a church. Um, then there is there are many pupusas that are very delicious. And also there is a soccer field near to my house. And the soccer field, the weekends, I go to play football with my friends, some friends. Then in my neighborhood, there are um, more or less 100 houses. Um After in my neighborhood, there is well, there isn't any security guards. It's a free transportation for people. Um, After my neighborhood, um, there are a many no, a many grocery stores. Um, and in my neighborhood, there isn't any drugstores. And only that.
Okay, so there aren't any drugstores. There
There
aren't any
aren't.
drugstores.
There aren't. Yes.
Good, good. Roberto Zuniga.
Good evening. I am Roberto Zúñiga. I live in Barrio San Miguelito, Residencial Villa de Majorca. It is located over the 23rd Street. In the Barrio San Miguelito, there is a church. The name of the church is María Auxiliadora. Behind my neighborhood, there is a market or 3 blocks in front of my neighborhood. There are a lot of car shops or next to the let me a moment. Next to my neighborhood, there is a girls college, and in front of the college, María Auxiliadora. In front of my neighborhood, there is a omnisport shop and let me see. There are in the Barrio Samuelito, there are three pharmacies, drugstores. There are 3 drugstores, and maybe I know next to the drugstore there are maybe 3 bars. and restaurants. Yes. Um, the mm, there are two supermarkets. Uh, there are super selectos, and there are two banks. Uh, two banks, Maguguhatlan and Bank Agricola, the Agricola Bank. Yes, and uh, right now I don't know. There isn't any park. Uh,
There aren't any parks.
there aren't.
There
Okay,
aren't any parks.
that's it, teacher.
Okay, good, Roberto. Thank you. So as you could see, you can describe the places and you can give more information about it. For example, you were talking about the market, that is San Miguelito Market, if I don't make a mistake, the one that you were saying. Yes, right?
I was told about supermercado. Mercado
Market.
was one. There is market,
Yes, yes,
and the
but
other two are super
supermarket.
selectos. Two supermarket call it super selectos.
Okay, but the market that you were saying that exists is San Miguelito Market. Okay, so you said there is a market, but you didn't give information about the market. And that market is very famous for one thing,
And
flowers,
expensive. And expensive.
for the flowers. Yes.
Yeah.
So there is a market that is called San Miguelito Market where you can buy different flowers.
Okay.
Yes. For Mother's Day, for Valentine's Day, or for anniversaries. You can go there and buy. There is also a big church. It's a Catholic church, and it is called, what do you say, Maria
Maria
Auxiliadora,
Auxiliadora, Don Rua.
where people go usually on Sundays. It is very crowded. Yes.
Okay.
And you were saying something, you said like college, but the meaning of college is like university.
Yeah.
College is
Okay.
like university, and school is
Whatever.
everything, including first grade until high school. So those are schools.
High
Yeah.
school is the problem. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see the last one, David.
Okay, good evening, class. I live in Santa Tecla. My neighborhood name is San Jose. It's a small neighborhood, and there are one school. The one school
There is.
is on. Oh, sorry, there is one school, and only to go women. And another place are they are park are tree park. It's a big and small park. Is the big park is there are casa comunal, le llaman, house for the event.
Could be, or community house.
Community house use a band and waiting, and the neighborhood use the waiting, the birthday, and public, the meeting public. Uh, whatever.
Political meetings.
Okay. And there are 3 pharmacies. It is one pharmacy is open 24 hours. It's a complete pharmacy. And there are some pupuserias. Is a shoes, another pupuseria. And where else? There are in police station.
You say there aren't any police stations.
There aren't any police station, and there aren't bank.
Any banks.
Uh, any bank. And where else? What else? Only that.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see, you are giving more information now, so you can do it. So when we have activities like the one that we had yesterday before we finished class, the point is that to try to speak a little bit more, to describe, to try to connect your ideas, and that will help you also to speak in a better way. Good. Thank you, David. So I think it's enough. For the rest of you, I guess you practiced yesterday, so you try to describe your neighborhood in a better way. Yes? So now let's start with the topic that we got for today, and I'm gonna share the screen. So today you are going to ask and tell information about places in general. It could be places at a company. I can ask you about your company. The problem is that you all work at the same company, so you know those places. But I don't know your company, so I can ask you just to see how many places exist in your company, or to know if there is at least one or maybe two of the things that I want to know. So here we have a conversation. This is between Miss Jenner and Michael. Miss Jenner and Michael. So Miss Jenner says, "Good morning. Are you Michael Perez?" The letter E is missing in the book. The letter E, R with the letter E. So, are you Michael Perez? Good morning. Yes, I am. My name is Jane Jenner. I'm the supervisor on duty. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Miss Jenner. Let's get started. Is there a conference room here? And if so, are there enough seats for listeners? Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to in that case it is. The conference room is next to the training room. Got it. How about lunches or receptional places or recreational places? Is there a lounge? Yes, it is in front of the cafeteria inside the new building wing. So, questions about vocabulary in that conversation?
Lounge.
Lounge is what they are saying. It's a recreational area. It's like zona de descanso, de recreación,
Mm,
where you have a sofa and you can rest. In some companies they have. Some companies they have. It's just a room with some sofas or couches and a TV or music. Sometimes video games. So, do you have one, Araman? Do you have a lounge?
They are a basketball field. I don't know, basketball field.
Okay, a basketball
That is
field, but a basketball field is not a lounge room. A lounge room, it's a room, closed room. And you have different activities over there. For example, you
Yes,
can,
there are a few.
there are.
Yes, for supervisor there are a few. Are together with the there is together with the lockers.
Okay,
So, yes.
good, good, good. So, for example, if you feel tired and you have a break at 2 p.m., you can go to the lounge room and you can take a nap for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you go to work again. Or you go to the lounge room and you drink coffee, you watch probably, I don't know, a series or something. So it's more like a room where you can be and forget about the things that you are doing, about your work, unstress a little bit, and then you go back to work. Yes, that is a lounge room. Another question?
Building wing.
The building one is like uh, el edificio, la ala de un edificio. How do you say that in other words? Adyacente. How do you say it in Spanish? You have a building and then you have the building.
Normalmente la
El
ala es
edificio adaño,
Sorry?
el edificio adaño.
Yes, it's like adyacente or something like that. The building when it's like a little part of the building.
And I have a question. Is supervisor on duty?
The supervisor that is, let's say, responsible at the moment or in charge. In charge. Another one?
Dirty. Dirty on dirty.
Duty.
Duty.
Duty is, if you only say duty, is like responsibility. They are synonyms. Your duties, your responsibilities. So
Like a task.
supervisor, sorry,
Like a task or
like a task. Those are your duties. What are your duties at work? Oh, I clean my working area. I send reports. So those are your duties, my responsibilities or tasks, as you were saying. So supervisor on duty is the supervisor responsible at that moment. Another one?
Teacher, absolutely es absolutamente. O,
Exactly, exactly, absolutamente.
thank
Another one? No?
Let's get started.
Let's get started. Let's get started means empecemos. Let's get
Oh,
started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Empecemos.
teacher, got it es como
Got it.
vamos.
Got it. No, entendí. O comprendo. Ya entendí. Got it. You can say I got it or only got it. Yes, comprendo, entendido. Got it. Another one? No? Okay. So there is another one that says, are there enough? Enough means suficientes. Are there enough seats for listeners? Listeners are like audiencia or,
Oyentes.
sorry?
Oyentes. No.
Oyentes, like that. Good. So those are the words that you can use to describe things. So I will read it the last time for you, and then one of you is gonna be Miss Jenner, and the other one is gonna be Michael. So good morning. Are you Michael Perez? Good morning. Yes, I am. My name is Jan Jenner. I'm the supervisor on duty. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Miss Jenner. Let's get started. Is there a conference room in here? And if so, are there enough seats for listeners? Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to the training room. Got it. How about lunches or recreational places? Is there a lounge? Yes, it is in front of the cafeteria, inside the new building wing. One thing that you didn't ask me. If so, what's the meaning if so? It says, let's get started. Is there a conference room here? And if so, what is if so? No? The meaning is si es así. Yes, si es así. And if so, are there enough seats for listeners? If so, si es así, and then you say something. So first person is gonna be Constantino. Constantino is gonna be Michael, and Nancy is gonna be Miss Jenner. So let's listen to them.
Good morning. Are you Michael Perez?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
My name is Jan Jenner. I'm the supervisor on duty. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you, Miss Jenner.
Let's get started. Is there a conference room in here? And if so, are there enough seats for listeners?
Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to the training room.
Got it. How about lounge or recreational place? Is there a lounge?
Yeah. You follow.
Constantino?
The next line is for me.
Yes, yes, it is.
Ah, okay. Yes, it is in front of the cafeteria inside the new building wing.
Yes, thank you. There is a mistake over there because Miss Jenner is twice. It has to be
Yeah,
Miss Jenner and the last one is Michael. Good.
yeah. What my confused?
Yes. So in the case that Michael says, yes, absolutely. The conference room is not in. You need to change it over there. The conference room is next to the training room. And the pronunciation is lounges. How about lounges or recreational places? Good. Now Juan Ramirez is gonna be Miss Jenner and Omar is gonna be Michael. So let's listen to them.
Good morning. Are you Michael Perez?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
My name is Juan Ramirez. I'm the supervisor and duty. Nice to meet you.
You, Miss Juan Ramirez. Mr. Juan Ramirez.
Let's get started. Is there a conference room in here? And if so, are there enough seat for listeners?
Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to the training room.
One.
Sorry, teacher, sorry. Pronunciation, teacher, excuse me.
Got it.
Got it. Got it. How about lounge or
Recreational.
recreational place? Is there a lounge?
Is there a lounge, Omar?
The part of Miss Jenner. No.
Yes, but we were saying that there is a mistake. The last one is Michael because Miss Jenner is repeated twice.
Okay. Yes, it is in front of the cafeteria, inside the new building wind.
Okay, thank you. Just remember the pronunciation, it is lounge. Yes, lounge. And when you are reading one, remember that you stop only when you have a comma, a period, or a question mark.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
So you're not going to say, are there enough seats for listeners? Mm-mm. You read everything. Are there enough seats for listeners? You don't stop. Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to the training room. Training, not training, but training. Yes, so you only stop when you have a comma or a period. Now, last one. Adolfo is gonna be Miss Jenner, and Stanley is gonna be Michael. So let's listen to them.
Good morning. Are you Michael Perez?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
My name is Jenner. I am the supervisor on duty. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Jenner.
Let's get started. Is there a conference room in here? And if so, are there enough seats for listening?
Yes, absolutely. The conference room is next to the training room.
Got it. How about lounges or recreational places? Is there a lounge?
Yes, it is in front of the cafeteria, inside the new building new wing.
Good, good, thank you. Just the singular and plural. If it is singular, is lounge. If it is plural, lounges, lounges. Good. So let's complete the next part, and this is gonna be for Francisco Gaitan. Francisco Gaitan, how do you complete the number one, the question number one? How do you complete it? It only says there are enough seats for listeners. How do you complete it? Francisco Gaitan?
Are there enough seats for listeners?
Perfect. Are there enough seats for listeners? Francisco Spire, how do you say the number two, question number two?
Is there a conference room?
Perfect. Is there a conference room? So the first one, are there, because it is plural. And the second one is there because it is singular. Now let's see the answer. Nancy, are there enough seats for listeners according to the conversation?
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. Exactly. So the question is, are there? And the answer, yes, there are. Now, David, is there a conference room?
Uh, yes, there are.
No.
No, they aren't.
No.
Yes, there is.
There is, because it is singular.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
saying a conference room. Is there a conference room? Yes, there is. Are there plural? Yes, there are. So you will look at the words symbols that we have in the next exercise and you have to complete the statements in the box. For example, number one, Marlon, can you read it? Marlon?
Sorry. Is there a meeting room in your company?
Perfect. Is there a meeting room in your company? Number two, Edwin?
Is there a treatment plant in your workplace?
Is there a treatment
Treatment.
plan?
Okay, sorry. Is there a treatment plant in your workplace?
Perfect. Treatment plan means planta de tratamiento.
Mm,
Next one, Omar, number three.
Are there enough representatives?
Good. Are there enough representatives? And the last one, Constantino.
Are there many restrooms in your work?
Good. Remember that restrooms are like bathrooms for public places. Now let's see. Roberto Zuniga. To ask singular questions, what do you use? According to the four examples that you have over there, what do you use for singular questions?
Is there?
Is there, exactly. Now for plural,
Are there?
exactly. So for singular, you say is there, and for plural, you say are there. And this is how you ask questions when you want to know about places. So you say, hay una, is there a, hay algunas, are there any, and like that. Yes. And you have exercise number five. You have to rewrite the questions that correspond to the answer that follows. Use the words in parentheses to complete it. For example, number one, it says conference room. Look at the answer. The answer says yes, there is one. So the question is there a conference room? Is there a conference room in your company? Yes, there is one. It is next to the manager's office. So I need you complete the number two, number three, and number four. I will give you 2 minutes. So complete them using is there or are there and the word that you have in parentheses. 2 minutes. Okay, let's check the answers. Number one, we said, is there a conference room in your company? Yes, there is one. It is next to the manager's office, next to a la par de Juan Ramirez. Number two, the answer says, no, there are not any. We have no training rooms. What's the question?
Are there any training rooms in your company?
Good. Are there any training rooms in your company? Could be. Thank you. Next one, Constantino. It says, no, there is not one. No, there is not one. What's the question?
I don't sure, but is there on-site clinic in your company?
Is there
On,
an
and
on-site clinic?
okay, and on-site clinic? No, no,
Good.
there is not one.
Perfect. Is there an on-site clinic? On-site clinic means clínica interna or institucional from the company. Number four, Roberto. Yes, there are 5 restrooms inside the building.
There any restroom in the building?
Can you hear what he's saying,
The
guys?
rest.
Or it's me? Can you hear what he's saying or not?
Now,
So, okay, thank you. So, Roberto, can you repeat it, please? We couldn't hear you. Well, I think he left. Yeah, he did. He left. Well, he's back. Roberto,
Hey, teacher.
can you repeat
My
it, please?
answer is, are there any restrooms inside the building?
Perfect. Are there any restrooms inside the building? That's the question, and the answer, yes, there are 5 restrooms inside the buildings. Yes? So I can ask you, let's see, Stanley, is there a gym in the company?
Excuse me, teacher. I can hear.
Is there a gym in your company? Is there a gym?
Gym. Maybe
Is
I.
there a gym?
No, it's in a gym. It's not.
There,
Yes, there is
there is.
a mini gym, but it's closer right now because the pandemic.
Oh, okay. So there is a mini gym. There is a mini gym. Okay, thank you. Marlon Castillo, is there a game room in your company?
No, there isn't.
Good. Nancy, are there any lockers in your company?
Yes, there are many lockers in the company.
Good. David, is there a soccer field in your company?
Yes, there are. Yes, there is any some soccer field in the company.
No, David. Tiene que encajar lo que diga, David. No puede decir there is y
Okay.
there is es para uno y some es para muchos.
Yes, there is soccer field.
There is si
There
quiere
is a
decir
soccer field.
there is a soccer field. Really?
Yeah.
Is it a big soccer field or small soccer field?
Normal soccer field.
Okay,
Small soccer field.
okay, good. Juan Ramirez, is there a psychologist? Is there a psychologist in your company? It's not a place but a person.
Repeat, please, teacher.
Is there a psychologist in your company?
Yes, there are in the psychology in my company.
There are psychologists.
Yes.
How many?
I understand, teacher, sitio de estudio.
No,
No.
psychologist.
Ah, excuse me.
Psicólogos. Is there a psychologist in your company?
No, there isn't.
So there isn't a psychologist in your company, guys? No?
No. For
No.
human resource, some human resource
Are psychologists.
are psychologists.
But they don't give you like therapists when you have a problem and you need a psychologist, you tell them the problem.
I don't know.
No, they work in an office.
They
They
only work.
don't are a psychologist.
They are psychologists, but they don't work as a psychologist. They
Yes.
work as human resources. Good. Adolfo, um, are there any trees in your company?
Yes, there are any trees in the
Many.
company. Many trees in the company.
Good.
The whole company exists. Many trees.
All right. Francisco Gaitan, is there a is there a television in your company?
Yes, there are many on the hangar for the announcements and inside the cafeteria.
Good, good. Edwin Mendez, are there any security guards in your company? In that case, people.
Yes, they are a lot of
There,
security.
there, there.
There, there are a lot of security agents on the
Okay,
company.
good, thank you. Roberto Zuniga, is there a discotheque in your name in your company?
No, there isn't.
Good. Omar, um, is there a spa in your company?
No, there isn't, teacher.
Okay, you wish you had a spa. Good. Francisco Spire, are there any warehouses in your company?
No, there aren't, but I think it's a good idea that there are.
There are in warehouses.
No,
Okay, I thought you had. Do you know the meaning of warehouses?
Warehouse.
Yes,
Yes.
they are
Yes.
warehouse, one for per hangar.
Yes, because I said, where do they put all the things?
Yeah.
The
okay.
tools, the part of the
Tools,
aircraft.
exactly, like components and all those things. So there are.
Okay, there are.
Warehouses like bodega.
Okay.
So there are. Good. Constantino. Mm, is there a shower in your company?
Yes, uh, yes, there is one shower in the company.
Only one shower.
Pardon. No, mm, son, son, eh,
There are some.
excuse me, there are some shower
Good.
in the company.
There are some showers. Good. Okay, thank you. So the only thing that you have to check, if it is singular, you say there is. If it is plural, you say there are. Yes, that's the only thing that you have to check. Good. Now, something important. I'm going to show you a presentation, and here you have some places that you can find in a city. So, obviously, you can start saying there is school, there is a bank, there is, or there are. Yes? So I can tell you about the first picture. In the first picture, if I say bank, how do you say it? There is or there are?
There is.
Please.
Perfect, there is. So you would say there is a bank. In the same picture, picture number one, you have children. How do you say there is or there are?
There are the children.
There are.
There are. There are some children. Good. If I tell you school, how do you say it? There is or there are?
There is.
There is.
Perfect. There is. If I say museum, there is or there are?
There is.
Good, there is. If I say in the second picture, zoo, how do you say it?
There is
There
a
is.
zoo.
There is a zoo. If I say houses, there
There
is or
are,
there are?
There are.
there are,
There are, because you have two. One is a haunted house and the other one is a normal house. If I say park,
There
There
is.
is.
There
There
is.
is a park.
there is a park. Good. So if I want to ask you, for example, let's say that I want to ask Adolfo. So, Adolfo, is there a museum in picture number one? Is there a museum in picture number one?
Yes, is there a museum next to the bank?
Perfect. So, this is the point that I wanted to explain to you. When I ask you, is there a museum? Is singular. When I ask you, are there any? Is for plural. So I can ask you, are there any houses? Are there any cars? Are there any animals? Are there any students? Yes. If it is singular, is there a bank? Is there a museum? Is there a school? And like that. So that is a question. In the answer, you tell me yes or no, but you can also tell me the location. Because let's imagine that I'm lost. I'm lost because I don't know the city. So I can ask you, is there a museum in this city? And then you tell me, yes, there is. but we usually say where the museum is exactly. So you say, yes, there is. It is next to the bank. Yes, it is next to the bank. It is next to the bank. And that was a good location. So you say next to when you want to say a la par de, next to. And you can have more prepositions, like for example, in front of, enfrente de, or across from, al cruzarse de, behind or behind, that means atrás, between, en medio de, but if you say between, you need to mention the two places or the two things. You can also say on, and you mention the name of the street, on Juan Pablo II, on Los Héroes Boulevard, on Gabriela Mistral, so you mention the name of the street, on. You can also say on the corner of, and you mention two streets. You can also say near, cerca, or close to. And the meaning is the same. Close to, it's similar to say near. And I need that you pay attention to near, because when you say near, you don't say to, you only say close to or near. The school is near my house, no near to my house. It's only near my house or close to my house. The opposite of close or near is far. The school is far from my house. So if you say far, you will say from. It's far from my house. The school is far from my house. And like that. Good. Now I will ask Nancy. Nancy, what is a school bus in the first picture? What is it? Where is it located?
There is
No,
next to the school.
listen again. I'm asking you right now, where is the school bus?
The school bus is
Mm-hmm.
next to the school.
Perfect. The school bus is next to the school. Why not there is? Because there is means I, and you want to describe only the location. But now, if I ask you, Nancy, is there a school bus in the first picture?
Yes, there is a school bus in the picture.
Mm-hmm. Now, location.
Um, yes, there is a school bus in the picture, and is there next to the school.
It's next to the school. It's next to the school. So,
Next.
first you answer my question, is there a school bus? Yes, there is. And then the location. It's next to school. Good. Now, let's see. Roberto, are there any children in the first picture?
Yes, there are some children. Some are in the school, another is next to the bus.
Good, good. So you say, yes, there are some children.
Some children.
Some are in the school, and one is next to the school bus. Good. Edwin, is there an ATM in the first picture?
Can you repeat me? I don't hear good.
Yes. Is there an ATM in the first picture?
98.
A
Eight. Uh-huh.
ATM.
Okay. I, I don't understand. Oh, okay. Yes, there is an ATM, and And the first picture, it is into the bank or outside to the bank?
It's out of the bank. It's
Out of the bank.
out of the
Out of the
bank.
is out
Good.
of the bank.
Perfect. So that is an ATM. ATM cajero. Yes, ATM.
Okay, okay.
Good. Let's see next one. Mm, Stanley, is there well, it's like a subway. Is there a subway in the first picture
Yes, there is. It's next to the school.
next to the school? Even in that case, I think it is under the school, but good. Good, thank you. Let's see next one. Omar, picture number 2. Are there any animals in the second picture?
Yes, there are, teacher. Is inside of the zoo.
It's singular.
Sorry, are inside of the zoo.
They are. They are. They
They are
no animals in plural.
okay. They are any inside of the zoo.
There are some or they are inside of the zoo. Usted me puede decir, ellos están, they are in the zoo, or there are some, hay algunos adentro del zoológico. There are some in the zoo. Good. Next one. Francisco, let's see, I forgot your last name. It's not Francisco Spire. The other one is Francisco Gaitan. So Francisco Gaitan, are there any people? Are there any people in the picture number 2?
Okay. Yes, there is one boy in front of the hunting house.
Good. It's not like a person because I think that it's a zombie, but but it's okay. It's acceptable. It looks like a boy.
Phantom, a phantom.
The second one is a phantom, the one that is just in front of
Ah,
the door. But the guy that is walking in a red shirt, I think that it's more like a zombie. Good,
walking there.
good. Now, Marlon, is there a park in the second picture?
Yes, there is. Is next to the house.
It's next to the house, or it's next to a house.
Next to a house.
Good. Next one. Um, Francisco Spire. Are there any houses?
Yes, there are two houses
Good.
behind um, behind the zoo on the park.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now let's see another person. Joshua. Is there a church in the first picture?
Yes, there there are.
No.
There is.
Mhm.
Is between hospital and cafeteria
Or the cafe.
or the cafe.
Good. It's between the hospital and the cafe. Good. Next one. Edwin. Is there a castle in the first picture?
Yes, there is a castle in the first picture. Is next to the bank.
It's next to the
It's
bank.
next to the bank.
Perfect. So that's a castle. Good. David, are there any ambulances? Are there any ambulances in picture number one?
Yes, there are any ambulances.
Any is negative and for question.
Some ambulances.
Mm-hmm.
Some ambulances.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
And yeah. Ah, yes, there are two ambulance from the hospital.
In
And
front of the
from the
hospital.
hospital.
Good, in
In
front of the
front.
hospital. Good. Stanley, are there any nurses? Are there any nurses in the first picture?
Um, yes, I think it's the art. I don't see well. I think that that green is a nurse.
Yeah, there are two.
Yes, sir. There,
Oh no, there is
yeah,
only one. There is
only
only
one.
one. There is only one.
So yes, it is one nurse. Sorry,
Mhm.
in front of the hospital. Hospital.
Good, good, in front of the hospital. Constantino, is there a hotel in the first picture? Is there a hotel?
No, there are hotel in the first picture.
Is there a hotel in the first picture?
No, there is.
There isn't.
There isn't a hotel.
There isn't a hotel. Good. Constantino, is there a hotel in the picture number one? In the picture number two, sorry?
Yes, there is a hotel between fruit shop and supermarket.
Between the fruit shop and the supermarket. Good, good, good. Now, Edwin Mendez, is there a pool in the second picture?
Yes, there is a pool in the second picture. It, it's next to the supermarket.
Perfect. Roberto Zuniga, is there a supermarket in the second picture?
Yes, there is a supermarket in the second picture, and it in swimming pool and hotel.
Good, between the swimming pool and the hotel. Good. Adolfo, um, are there any children in the second picture?
Mm, no, there aren't any children. There is only one.
Okay, there is only one. Even my question wasn't with many, my question was any, and any is X quantity. So you can say, yes, there is only one kid or one child. Good. Now let's see. This one is gonna be for Francisco Gaitan. Are there any bellhops in the second picture?
Um, Repeat the question, please.
Are there any bellhops in the second picture?
Bellhops. I don't know what is the meaning of the bellhop.
Bellhops is like botones
Oh, yes.
Honest, but not this ones, right? People.
Yes. Is one in front of the hotel.
Only one.
Yeah.
Only one? I see anyone. Oh, no,
The
no, no,
other
no.
is bellboy.
Two in front of the
Okay,
hotel.
good.
One,
There are two
there are
because
two. One
the
is,
other one looks like a bellhop or a bellboy too. At least,
yeah, one is with the suitcase, and the
and
other
the
one
other,
is next
exactly,
to the entrance.
exactly. Good. Let's see the last one, Omar. Are there any fruits in the second picture?
Yes, there are teachers. Yes, there are many fruits. And the fruit shop is next to the hotel.
Next to the hotel. Or you could tell me also there are many fruits. Yes, there are many fruits. They are inside the fruit shop and outside the fruit shop. Yes, so that's another option too. Good. So I'm just giving you an example on how to ask for information and how to give information. Yes. Now you're going to ask your classmates about their city. It's not going to be a neighborhood, it's going to be better a city. So I hope not all of you live in the same place. For example, the places that I remember that I heard last time was Nancy living in San Jacinto. No, San Marcos.
No,
San Marcos. So Stephanie is San Jacinto. David Santa Tecla, and I don't remember the other person that was working with you. Who was working with you, Nancy? Nancy, David, and
David and Francisco.
which Francisco Spire? And Francisco Spire lives in San Salvador, I guess. San Salvador. So the thing is that I need that you ask your classmates first where they live. For example, Francisco Spire, where do you live?
I live in Mexicanos.
Oh, in Mexicano, so I was wrong.
Yes.
um, is there a mall in Mexicanos?
Yes, there are many malls in Mexicanos.
Many malls,
For example, yes.
really.
For example, uh, Plaza Metrópolis and there mm, maybe Plaza Mexicanos.
Are they big buildings or small buildings?
Small buildings.
So they are like shopping centers.
And no, because there are many locals in the building, like restaurants
Oh,
and shops and things like that.
okay. Because a mall is kind of big.
Mm,
A mall
Okay,
would be like Metro
that's true.
Centro, Galerías. Hmm. But let's say that it's a mall because the other option would be like shopping center.
Okay.
Shopping center. Good. Um, are there any parks that are famous in Mexicanos?
And really, I don't know. There are uh, popular parks and Mexicanos. There aren't
There aren't any popular parks in
any
Mexicanos. In the Central Park in Mexicanos? There is
I don't know
because
because
usually when there is a city hall, the park is across from the city hall. City hall, alcaldía. So they are usually across from the city hall.
but in this case there aren't any
Really?
park. Yes.
Okay. So it's the first city. It's the first city that I don't hear that has a park across from the the city hall because
Yes.
because the way that the cities were created in the past, the way the cities were created in the past are always like uh, the church, park, and city hall or theaters. So that was in the past, like, well, in San Salvador too, but in San Salvador because supposedly the cathedral was moved to another place. The cathedral, the city hall was moved to another place. But yeah, good. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You are going to ask your classmate. You can also ask about, are there any bakeries? Is there a tecleña? Or is there a campero chicken in Mexicanos? Do you know? Yes, no? Where is it exactly? So you can say, yes, there is one next to, and then you mention the place. Yes? So I just want to know where you live exactly so that I cannot put you together and you repeat the same places. So Nancy lives in San Marcos. Nobody else lives in San Marcos here? No one living in San Marcos? No, no, no. A person living in Santa Tecla, only David? Santa Tecla? Only David.
Yeah,
Only David, okay. Juan Ramirez, where do you live?
Mexicanos, teacher, mexicanos.
So Francisco Spire cannot work with Juan Ramirez. Who else lives in Mexicanos? Francisco Spire, Juan Ramirez live in Mexicanos. Another person living in Mexicanos? No one? No. Okay. Adolfo, where do you live?
I live in San Salvador and Colonia Montserrat
San
Municipality.
Salvador. Good. So who lives in San Salvador, San Salvador? San Salvador City? In
Me
San
teacher,
Salvador?
I live in Barrio San Miguelito.
That is San Salvador too. So
Yes.
Adolfo and Roberto can't work together. Another person living in San Salvador City? No one? No. Stanley, where do you live?
I live in San Martin.
Someone living in San Martin? No one? No? No. Okay. Francisco Gaitan?
I live in Soyapango.
Someone living in Soyapango?
Me, teacher. I
Edwin.
live in Soyapango too.
Edwin and Constantino. So Edwin, Constantino, and Francisco cannot work together. Omar, where do you live?
I live in Lourdes, teacher.
Lourdes. Who lives in Lourdes? Nobody else living in Lourdes? No? Marlon, where do you live?
I live in Zacatecoluca.
In Zacatecoluca. Who lives in Zacatecoluca? Who else?
Me, teacher. I live in Zacatecoluca too.
Okay, so Joshua and Marlon live in Zacatecoluca, so they cannot work together.
I from in in Zacatecoluca, teacher, but I live in Mexicano.
Okay. Yeah, but you will describe the place where you
He
live.
knows Zacatecoluca.
So he knows Zacatecoluca, but he doesn't live in Zacatecoluca. Good.
Okay, okay.
So I'm going to mention some names, and you will tell me people that you want to work with, and they don't have to live in the same place. Yes. Let's see. First person. Nancy. Choose two people you want to work with, but they don't have to live in the same place. You three don't have to live in the same place.
Adolfo
Yes?
and David.
Okay, so Adolfo, David, and Nancy, you're going to work together. Francisco Spire, tell me two people that you want to work with. Francisco Spire.
And Stanley and Francisco Gaitan.
Stanley and Francisco Gaitan. Where do you live, Francisco Gaitan? Oh, San Martin, he said. Okay, so yes, you can
No,
work with him.
Soyapango.
Soyapango. Who said San Martin? Stanley. Okay. Next one, Stanley. Choose people to work with.
Teacher, I'm gonna work with
Oh, you're gonna
Francisco
work with
Spire.
Francisco. It's true. Joshua.
Mm, Zúñiga, Edwin Méndez.
Okay, Edwin Mendez, Roberto Zúñiga, and Joshua. And in the last one, Constantino, Juan Ramirez, Marlon, and Omar. Where do you live, Omar?
Juan knows Zacatecoluca.
Where do you live, Omar?
I live in Lourdes, teacher.
Lourdes. So you don't live in the same places, so you can work. So ask your classmate just to know more about Zacatecoluca, to know more about Lourdes. I don't know. Well, I know Lourdes because I have passed over there, but I have never been to a place in Lourdes, so I don't know if they have a market or if they have church, Catholic church, or things like that. But you can ask Omar and he will give you more information about it. Yes? So enter and ask your classmates about all those places in that city. You can start one question, you select one of your coworkers or classmates, and the two of you start asking that person, is there a park? Yes, there is. And you give the location. It's next to this and this and this. Are there any schools? Yes, there are some schools. One is this, this, and this. Another one is this, this, and this, and like that. Yes? So enter right now and ask your classmates.
Okay,
Okay, Adolfo.
tell me.
Are there any college in your city?
Colleges, plural.
College. Sorry, colleges.
Colleges, universities.
Mhm.
Yes, there is a college. No, no, I, like there are three college near in near in my neighborhood
Where do you live, Adolfo?
in Colonia Montserrat, but
Montserrat.
the
Three
yes,
universities near
Where?
Montserrat.
yes,
Where is Montserrat?
Oh, it's true. You have, well, tell us. I know
yes,
one.
yes.
I know one. It's
There is a El Salvador University. Is more
it's a little
far.
far,
Yes,
but you have
but
close.
but but more close is college Francisco Gaviria. Maybe is close technological university. Yes,
And Nueva San
and
Salvador
all,
is closer.
yes, all closer. Also, Andres Bello University is near of the technological university.
Yes.
Okay.
Concern.
David, are there any restaurants in Santa Tecla?
Yes, yes, there are some restaurant in Santa Tecla. And the famous restaurant is Zócalo, and it's Mexican food. It's delicious,
Where is it?
and is front of the Club Tecleño in Avenue Santa Cecilia
Oh, in Santa.
and Santa Cecilia Avenue, and from the Club Tecleño,
In front of.
in front of Club Tecleño. And another place, it's Pizza Novo. It's in front the Cafetalón. It
In front
place
then. In front then. In front
in
of.
front. Sorry, in front of Cafe is the Cafetalón. The place is Plaza Cafetalón.
Around the center of San Martin.
Where do you live in San Martin?
En la carretera panamericana.
Pan-American Street highway.
Okay. And there are any church, Catholic church on San Martin?
Yes, in front of the park is the Catholic
Yeah.
church. In my neighborhood is a small Catholic church.
Okay. There is a lake in.
Is there because
Is there? Yeah, yeah. Is there a lake in San Martin?
A part of the lake is in San Martin. But I don't know if.
What do you say? Part of the lake is from San Martin.
Yes, I think.
Really? That is Ilopango Lake.
Yes.
No, but it's in Ilopango. On San
Yeah, that
Martin, you have Suchitoto Lake.
Oh.
No,
no,
pues Suchitoto is other place.
Suchitoto is
It's
far
not.
from
It's not. It's
Suchitoto
not.
is far from San Martin.
Oh no, you cross for San Martin. But
No.
Yeah.
What I remember is that Ilopango is next to San Martin.
Yes.
And then
When
Suchitoto
you
is far from San Martin.
Yes.
I
You cross
believe
San
the
Martin to go to
Suchitoto.
Suchitoto Lake.
Correct. Is correct.
But it's not
To
near to
cross the
San
Suchitoto,
Martin.
I think belong to Cabañas.
Suchitoto belongs to Cuscatlán, I guess.
Cuscatlán, yes.
Yes, it's
Belongs
Cuscatlán.
to Cuscatlán. Mhm.
Okay.
And
Good.
you, teacher, where do you live?
I live near the underpass that goes to Constitución, Apopa, Mexicanos, no, Soyapango.
Apop. No.
It's part of Apopa. It's part.
Okay.
So I have many things over here. A new mall that is
Plaza Mundo, La
Plaza
Popa.
Mundo Popa.
Yeah.
so I can go to that place, but I don't go out because of the virus. So I prefer to stay home. I have a baby. My baby is, well, he's about to be 7 months. So I prefer to
Oh,
stay home.
yes.
But there is a new mall. That mall is Plaza Mundo, and it is
Mhm.
close to how do you call this place? Shopping? No, it's not shopping center. It's
No, it's
the other one where they sell secondhand things. Hennessy's Mall.
Genesis. Uh,
Big Hennessy's. That's a Hennessy's Mall in next to, uh, well, not next to, but close to Hennessy's Mall in
yeah.
Plaza Mundo. There is only
Yes.
one neighborhood, a residential, that is between Plaza Mundo and Hennessy's Mall, but they are really close. I have seen videos and pictures, but since I don't go out, I start working at 6 a.m. and I finish at 9 p.m. So when I wake up, it's dark. When I go to bed, it's dark. So I don't have time to go to the mall, and I don't want to go either because of my baby. So
Okay.
I just go to visit my mom. My mom lives like 1 block far from where I live, so I just visit her. But it's just 1 block of difference. So
Yeah. It's really close.
it's close. So that's the only place where I go. Then if I want to buy something, I order and they get to my house and then I clean them and like that. There is a little
Okay.
we can say like market, and so I can also go to that place, but no like a place where that is crowded like a mall or a supermarket. So I prefer
And you never go out during the pandemic.
Sorry?
You never go out during the pandemic.
I did during the pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. Sorry,
I
sorry,
did.
pandemic.
I went to a hospital because my baby was born. My baby was born
in
almost
the middle.
almost at the beginning. Almost at the beginning.
Oh my God.
He was born in August. So we
Oh,
started quarantine in March, but we didn't
March.
have
Yeah.
many cases. In April, some cases. In May, we had more cases.
Oh,
June,
Okay.
more cases. July too, like that. So
Yes.
at the beginning, and I went to the gynecological hospital, so
Oh.
I had to stay there for 2 days. I
Oh
had to wait.
my God.
I had to sleep there. I had to sleep
Yeah.
there, and people said, "No, you will get sick if you go to a hospital." So I couldn't sleep when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a really good experience.
it's unique.
It's unique.
I could see my baby burning.
Ah, okay.
I could see.
It's a great thing.
It's a great. So I recorded a video, and
Yeah.
it's nice. It's really nice. So that's where I live. So I have many places around. There are three different ways to live to San Salvador. One is on Troncal del Norte, the other one is Constitución, and the other one is Soyapango. But I think Soyapango is not a good idea because you get stuck in the zone.
yeah.
So the big problem is that in the past, if you took the Constitución, maximum maximum in 10 minutes you were in San Salvador. In the past,
Yeah,
nowadays,
in the past.
nowadays depending on the time, because if it is 6 a.m. you never
No.
arrive. You never arrive, you spend like 2 hours.
Yes.
So
Traffic.
The traffic is complicated.
it's complicated, and if you go to Troncal del Norte, maybe 1 hour. So
Oh my God.
You can go to San Salvador for Mariana. too. It's another way.
Yeah, but some people say that it's dangerous.
Mm,
So I don't.
yes,
I
Could
maybe.
be. Could be.
Could be.
You don't want to try, teacher.
and then you don't have classes anymore. So
Yeah, it could be so dangerous.
yeah, so I'm not pretty sure about it, but some people say like that. And it is because sometimes I hear the news and they say that they throw like something on the street. So when you pass
Rocks.
there, you get flat
Yeah.
tires. And then when you get out of your car just to check, they put the guns on your head and they steal your things and like that. So I don't know if it is real, but I have heard many people saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you drive for the night
At
or lonely streets, but if you drive for the principal
Main Street.
The
main
main
street,
street.
it's not very dangerous.
Okay, so I'll give it a try sometime.
The
Good.
problem is the you have problem with your car. This is a big problem parking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They
Yes.
throw,
They
they
throw rocks.
they
I
throw
think.
rocks. I heard a person saying that they threw a plastic bag with garbage.
Yes.
It was on the street. When the person passed over the plastic bag, the person got flat tire. Flat tire means llanta pinchada.
Ya
Llanta
está
pinchada.
pinchada.
Yes.
So the person got out of the car and suddenly he got the guns over here. So
Oh my God.
it's complicated. But maybe sometime in the future it will be in better conditions.
For an emergency.
Yeah, just in emergency, exactly, just in emergency. Okay, so continue and ask your classmates about those places.
Okay, teacher.
Jorgito Melendez. Yeah, there is a soccer field named Jorgito Menendez. I remember that my father told me about the this soccer field
Where is
because
located? Do you know?
is near to the Pila Seca bus station.
Okay.
Is there
Is the name of bus station Pila Seca? I don't know. Yeah, is the name popular name. Is near too. And I remember that my father talked about the Jorgito Menendez soccer field because when he was were shield, uh, he played he played in this soccer field.
this soccer field? Is this soccer field in front of the or next to the Ministerio de Salud?
I don't know. Really, I never go to this soccer field.
Okay.
I only hear about this.
I remember that is in front of
Yeah,
when I was a child.
it's
Visited
very
that
famous because there is the house of the Marte Football Club.
Atlético Marte, yes.
Yeah, Atlético Marte. Yeah.
My grandfather lived in Soyapango, that is located in the Guadalupe.
Oh, really? Played on Atlético Marte, and next to he played on the national selection football soccer.
Okay. And
Is there a
there
swimming
He
pool
played for swimming pool. Yes,
near
on
to the
my city
house?
there is a swimming pool. It's very near to my to. It's near. It's very near my
Near,
house.
near my house.
Near my house. Okay, it's very near. It's
Ah,
like I have to walk to the final of the passages, cross the street, and I arrive to the pool.
where do you live, Edwin?
I live in Soyapango.
Uh-huh. And where is the pool in Soyapan?
The pool is on the Golden Street. o Carretera de Oro.
Gold Street.
Between Montes 3 and Montes 4. Colonias, no sé cómo se dice colonias.
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood Montes 3 and Montes 4. Yeah.
But there is only the pool, or you have like a gym?
No, it's only the pool. It's only the pool.
What's its name?
And next to the pool, there are a soccer field and basketball
Courts.
Yeah, but it's separate. It's not in the same
I have
place.
I have heard a place that is called España, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, there is a
España.
mini stadium,
Mhm.
Polideportivo España. No sé,
Mhm.
Polideportivo si se traduce.
Yes, that is like a proper name. Is there a pool in
Yeah.
that place?
No, there
Oh,
isn't.
I
Only
thought there
there
was.
are.
I thought there was one pool in that place because usually there is a pool
Really?
in those places.
No. There isn't. Only there are one big soccer field and three small soccer field. There is basketball field
So you say
uh,
pista de carrera para
yeah.
Race
correr.
car.
Yes, there is a
¿Cómo?
Race car, pista de carreras.
no, but for
No, de correr.
Oh, that is just a
atletismo,
race.
atletismo,
That is a race.
race.
There is
I remember there is
around of the soccer field. There is a race.
in general the race used to
Oh, I
correr.
got it. So it is like the pavement. Pavement,
Yeah,
lo pavimentado, pavement
yes.
race.
Pero es una pista para correr y trotar, para competencia, no sé.
Good.
Yeah.
Is
But
there a
pool,
pharmacy?
oh yes, there are a lot of pharmacy. Near
Okay.
to my near my house is one. There is one drugstore.
20,
But
24 hours. Service 24 hours.
oh, 24 hours. Yes, I know one.
24
Is
24
20,
hours.
yes, it's on Plaza Venecia Mall. Is
Mm,
there is 24 hours drugstore
okay.
on the downtown of the Soyapango too, but it's more dangerous. I prefer go to the Plaza Venecia.
Plaza Venecia is on Carretera de Oro.
Yeah, there is two. Is Plaza Venecia is a building, and
A
the
building.
other is a
China's.
building, and the other is a small. Is a mall. Is
That,
Paseo Venecia.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's two places different.
That looks like places in galerías.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
that style.
And no, it's more the, ¿cómo se dice?
More
Al
like
aire libre.
yes, but I forgot the name of the place that is near Galerías. Paseo. Uh, I forgot El Paseo. I guess it's called.
Oh, yeah. El Paseo Mall.
Yes. So it's similar to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's similar.
Good.
Is there China food restaurant
Is
in
there
this city?
Yes,
is there
yes,
Is there
a
is there a
Chinese?
restaurant? Chinese food
yes,
restaurant.
Good.
yes. There are two China restaurants. I know
Chinese restaurants.
Chinese restaurant. Oh, is China Work is into the Unicentro Mall,
Mhm.
and the other is into Walmart. But I don't remember the name of this restaurant. But it's very good food.
Is
Okay.
there any morgue teacher? Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there any morgue?
I don't know. there are hospitals, but I don't know there are or there isn't more morgue.
I think there isn't because I think the only one that has is San Salvador.
I remember I
Yeah.
saw a morgue in Prado de Venecia.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
and you go
Oh,
to
on
Pango next to the church. I don't remember the name, but the church is uh, in front of the car wash.
really? I don't know. In Prado de Venecia, there is an
When you go
hospital,
from Prado de Venecia
but
to the Alcaldía, it's
City
Pango
Hall.
City,
no
City Hall.
City Hall,
city hall. But
City.
the city hall there is not on Prado de Venecia. It's more far.
In Mexicanos,
Oh, yes. There are some restaurants, but principal is near the Mexicanos. But for example, Carnita Mamachus pertenece to San Salvador, but
Belongs to San Salvador.
belong. But Carnitas Mamachus is near in my house. For example, I walk
Bye.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yes,
But Carnita Mamachus is near no, near, what is this church? Luz del
yes,
Mundo.
yes. I live in in near Castillo, the Castillo,
Okay.
but it's popular. It's popular.
Omar is
It's
laughing.
popular.
Omar is laughing. Omar thinks that you live in El Castillo.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Membresía.
I heard that place. I don't know. No.
No, but Carnitas Mamachus is famous.
Yes.
I have what I remember is that there are two on that street that is in front of how do you call the church? Luz del Mundo. So there are two Carnitas Mamachus. What I remember because I have long time not going, but
No,
there are
no.
two Carnitas Mamachus.
There is in the street. There is a one Carnitas Mamachus, but next to is the Carnitas Kelly, Carnitas Rosita.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I remember there were two Carnitas Mamachus.
Maybe
Oh no,
it's in
the other
Avenue
one,
29 Avenue.
the other one is going down the
Yes,
street.
yes, yes,
It's
correct,
true,
correct.
near Selectos. What
Yes,
I remember.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
good, good. Where do you live, Marlon? You say Zacatecoluca.
Yes, I live in Zacatecoluca.
Is there a good restaurant in Zacatecoluca?
Like good or
Maybe not expensive, but good, delicious food. Because
or
Carnita Mamachus is good,
good, good.
delicious food, and it is cheap. $5, $6, $7, depending on the kind of food that you ask.
No, in
But it,
Zacatecoluca,
it's
like a fast food, pollo, chicken campero, Pizza Hut, pupusas, but a restaurant like Carnitas Mamachus, no.
Maybe teacher. I recommend pupusas la galeras in your visit in Zacatecoluca City.
pupusas la
Yes.
galera.
Yes.
Our pupusas makes in a comal.
Made in Comal.
Mhm.
Good.
Are corn
Is
pupusas.
there in the center
Like
of the city or out of the city?
is in town. Is in town. Is in
Okay.
center of the city. Is near. Is close to market. The market of the city.
Is there a water park in Zacatecoluca? I remember that I
Yeah.
went to one, but I
Ichan Michan.
Ichanmichen, exactly where you have the Siwanab and Sipitillo. Yes, I went like 10 or 12 years ago. Like 10 or 12 years ago, but I remember.
Many years ago. Many years ago.
Yes, good. Is
Okay.
it the same place or they expanded the area?
It's same. It's same. I told to my partners that I'm not from Zacatecoluca. I'm from Santa Ana, but I live in Zacatecoluca because I married.
Oh,
Then I have 10 years to live in Zacatecoluca. Ichan is same.
the same. Okay.
Mhm.
What I remember was that it was cold water.
Ah, yes.
Cold
Yes,
water. Yeah,
yes,
that's what I
yes,
remember.
yes.
Because I wanted to get into the pool and it was like December when I went. And December is cold
It's
usually.
cold. Yes.
But when I entered, I left
The
immediately
water.
because it was really cold. It was really, really cold.
What
Okay.
do you say? What do you say? Mango, mango,
Mango.
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 Ichan is
Is
famous. Is
famous.
the mango.
The
Really?
mango festival. Mango
Festival
festival.
mango
Mhm.
is in Ichan.
Mhm.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I didn't know that. Good. Okay, guys. So we are going to go back to main session. I
Okay.
guess you
Okay.
talked enough. And the rest of people. All right, guys. So I entered to your groups and I heard some of you describing those places. So now I know a little bit more about San Martin. I know a little bit more about Soyapango. I know a little bit more about Zacatecoluca. They told me about a famous pupuseria in Zacatecoluca. So whenever I go there, if I go, I will visit it. And I remember a water park in Zacatecoluca too, Ichanmichen. And let me see the other places that I heard. I heard some places in Santa Tecla, a good restaurant that I guess it was David who said a restaurant in Santa Tecla. And let's see who else I heard. Just those. Yes. But all those places that you mentioned, probably your classmate didn't know. For example, I heard, I guess it was Edwin, saying about a pool in Soyapango. I never imagined that they had a pool, but Edwin said that they have a pool. So it's interesting too. Then I heard, let's see who was the other one. David saying about a good restaurant across from Cafe Talon, I guess he said, or on Santa Cecilia Street or Boulevard. Boulevard is in that case. So
Avenue.
Avenue. Why the
Avenue.
It's avenues.
Yeah.
Street avenue. Okay. So there are some places that you can visit. Obviously, I was saying Roberto Zuniga, I guess, and I don't remember the other guys, Stanley and Edwin Mendez, or people that they were working and I was telling them, I live near different places. I can go to a mall, I can go to a park, I can go to, I don't know, a water park in some minutes because I live near some places. So I can go to Constitucion, I can go directly to Apopa, Troncal del Norte, I can go to Soyapango. I can be I was saying, if there is no traffic jam, I can be in Constitución in 5 or 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes to Constitución, 5 minutes. But if there is traffic jam, hours. And I was telling them I don't go out because of the virus, so I prefer to stay home. But one day, when this virus ends, I guess most people, the first thing that they will do is to travel around El Salvador and waiting for new programs to have the violence controlled so that you can visit different places. Because in my end, you can go to Soyapango, but obviously, if you go right now, you don't know if you will return. So maybe in the future we will have better security and we can travel to Soyapango. Who knows? I go to Soyapango, but I go to Unicentro. So I go to Unicentro and that's it. I have a cousin and he lives just across from Unicentro on Main Street. You only cross Unicentro and that's it. So it's not dangerous. But if you enter in the neighborhoods, like in all the places here in El Salvador, including Santa Tecla, because David lives in Santa Tecla. When you hear Santa Tecla, you say, no, Santa Tecla is 100% safe. But there are some neighborhoods that are dangerous. There are some neighborhoods that are dangerous, Quesaltepec, getting into Los Alpes Suizos,
El Pino.
El Pino. So
Yeah.
I remember once I went to Santa Tecla and I was like, I went to a baby shower. So my cousin left me there. So I entered to the house. It was a private neighborhood. And then I was with my wife. And then when we left, we were walking because my cousin told me, if you want, you can get out of the neighborhood and you start walking. So I only got out of the neighborhood, started walking, and then I saw some guys with cell phones. And then another one over there in the other corner. So I told my wife, we will keep walking, don't look at them, just walk. And we started walking. My cousin arrived, we entered to the car and we left. But this is everywhere, Santa Tecla, Santa Elena. So everywhere, Apopa, Soyapango, Mexicanos, everywhere. This is everywhere. But probably one day we can travel to all those places. Now you have an idea about where you can go in Zacatecoluca. Maybe one day you can go to San Martin, maybe a nice place to visit in San Martin. Ilopango, you have the lake over there. In well, in for the ones living in San Salvador, you have different places. I guess in San Salvador, they are getting like safer than before because in the past, if you went to downtown, you never return. But now, if you go, I think that it's better, a little bit better than in the past. You can go downtown and you can walk around, you can take many pictures, no problem. I went one and I returned at midnight, and a lot of people at midnight. And I arrived at 8 p.m. I wanted to eat pupusas in a place that is called Kilometro Cero. So I went there and I wanted to eat pupusas. I waited for about 1 hour and 30 minutes because it was crowded. So after 1 hour and 30 minutes, I got the pupusas. We ate, so it was around midnight that we returned, and a lot of people on the street. And in the past, at 8 p.m., nobody was there. So probably little by little, this situation is going to be better, and we can travel and visit one or our cities here in El Salvador. Yes. Now, just to finish the attendance, and this time, congratulations because it was better than yesterday. Today, you were asking more questions, you were interacting with your classmates, and that is the idea, to speak as much as possible. So, Felix, I guess, is still in the traffic jam. José Mundo Avalos,
Present.
Eric Campos is not here. Marlon,
Present.
Adolfo,
Present.
Nancy,
Present.
Omar, David,
Present.
Francisco Gaitán,
Present.
Constantino,
Present.
Stanley,
Present.
Edwin Mendez,
Present.
Manuel, I don't know, Manuel, what happened? Juan Ramirez,
Present, teacher.
that is not here. Francisco Spire,
Present, teacher.
Roberto Zúñiga.
Present.
All right, so that's all for now, guys. We are going to continue tomorrow. Keep practicing, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.